Welcome back to Skyblock Infinite Create. I have some good news. We were able to actually get a mod pack up and running on CurseForge, so I will link it down below. Last time we got gold up and running. It's not fast, it's not automated, but we have gold. We have Piglin. We can trade for nether quartz. That means we can start to look at getting into Create, finally.
The gear gremlin.
So in between episodes, I went ahead and laid out the groundwork to expand our platform. I also have been running the mob farm and chopping down some trees, cooking up some cobblestone to make stone and some charcoal. Now this is going to be the layout for our base, so let's get started. And surprise, surprise, it's a circle. I'm making a skyblock circle. At least I'm using stone bricks instead of cobblestone. Unfortunately, I don't have a replay time-lapse of this. I found out apparently the replay mod does not like the corpse mod. So if there is a corpse, it will not record and it'll actually corrupt the recording file. So I think we're gonna fill this in with some wood just to kind of make it look nice, but there you go. There is our full circle. It is a 20 block radius with a center point centered on exactly 0, 0. So we're gonna fill it in with some oak slabs. As you can see, it's coming along nicely. But we have to keep chopping down trees. So I've put a couple more trees down here on top of the mob farm just to give me a little bit more room to chop. Just gonna head back up. What? Oh, I have Frostwalker boots on. Yup, that's what it is. That could have been bad if I was in the water stream. Gonna have to be careful about that. Alright, let's cook up some of these potatoes to get our wonderful food sourced. A baked potato. Now, I love me a good baked potato in real life. So, let's make a couple more slabs and get back to filling in this platform. Now, I actually got the replay mod to work for a minute here, and I was able to capture all of this getting filled in. However, as you're going to see here in a second, my luck was about to turn. Yeah, it was just the corner. It was just the corner. And because I didn't know at the time about the corpse mod and the replay mod acting up, that's the replay we're gonna get for now. But I decided I was gonna just build a nice little infinite water source up here. But now we have infinite water up at the top. We'll grab our source over here for this, because we can just put it right back if I can get the water. There we go. There we go. Alright, now let's make this little central fountain look a little nicer. And that is 0, 0 right there. So, we are going to commemorate the center of the island. Let's take a grass block down and see if we can't get mobs to spawn down here. Some passive mobs like sheep. I didn't know at the time, but apparently they won't spawn in an ocean, so that was a waste of time. But let's clear out our inventory and grab our first iron pick. Isn't it iron pick? Because I need more gold. I have been trading this gold farm, and I have not gotten a lot of iron from it. So we can get these gold blocks and use those. Let's see if we can get some iron, because that's the real bottleneck here. We need iron to make all of the create blocks that we need. We got some quartz, so that's really good. And some soul sand, which once we can wash it will be more quartz, so that's good. But unfortunately, no iron. And this is a theme. We keep trading, and we keep not getting iron. A couple more quartz, a couple gravel, these are all good things. If we could get the iron to make the create mod items we need, like the fan. And another piglin got me, of course. So we're gonna grab some extra swords from the mob farm. Forget about that zombie ever going through there. And if you remember in the last episode, this was a problem too. Do we fix it? Not really. We're more interested in just trading. There's some blackstone, that's something. But no iron. And then there's a random zombie in our portal that we can't punch through the portal. And everything's breaking. Yeah. Not my lucky day. Completely forgot that that zombie had gotten teleported through the portal. We can grab our stuff yet again. Now you can see where my problem with the replay mod is. If I keep dying, I keep not being able to use it. I'll have that figured out at some point, but for now, I think we are going to clean up top here. And what I want is to get more blocks so we can go explore. Take those frostwalker off. I mean, we've got more dirt, that's something at least. We can kind of use that to, the coarse dirt trick to make more. But dirt duplication is boring, so I'm gonna skip through this. So now I'm going to upgrade my cobble gen because I'm getting tired of my cobble gen just eating all of the blocks. So we're gonna make one of these. I'm in an attempt to future-proof, which will immediately get overshown, but that's a later story. We're just gonna fill this in. This is normally where your hoppers would go, but I don't have a lot of those, so we're gonna just fill in these stairs with water, and that should make a cobble gen. All I have to do is cover it up, put a torch there, and then all we need to do is put the lava source block in there, and it will be ready to go. Put a couple stairs here, just so I can get up and put that lava in. And we have a better cobblestone generator. For all of like 5 seconds. But isn't that better? And then we'll put just some blocks here. Make this kind of look nice, at least. Put our furnaces in there. And our crafting table. Cover it up. Put that there. And we'll probably make some more, yeah, to fill that in. And that is a bit better. It's less of my cobblestone getting chewed up by the lava. It's not perfect, but it's better. That means we can go ahead and tear down this ugly monstrosity. Make another axe and keep tearing it up. Put that there so we can still get down to our mob farm. And let's just go ahead and make this look a little nicer. It's something at least. There. It's something. We could put some extra sand here and grow some more bamboo. See, we're making it pretty. Skyblock doesn't have to be ugly, it just gets ugly really, really fast. It's a constant fight with chest monsters, cobblestone everywhere. But we can make this look nice. Get a couple of these stone brick stairs and kind of clean up the base a bit. I think it's important to have a nice base so you don't get overwhelmed and go, it all needs to be fixed, and then end up just not fixing any of it because you're like, well, it's all gonna look messy anyway. It's all about trying to keep up with things as you go. And I'll probably come back in and turn all this cobble into stone brick. That'll look nice. And then let's see if we can't get more gold. It does work. I'm very happy with how effective that is. Couple of nether quartz, fire charge. Anyone else? Still no iron. I know they can give you nuggets. Baby Piglin, this needs to stop. These guys need to stop because they just keep getting through there. I need to figure out a fix for this gold farm because it's gonna drive me crazy. See, if we put him back in, he's fine. I think they're just getting pushed down and out at the same time. So I don't know what the fix for that is. But I think what we're gonna do, because this gold farm just isn't producing gold fast enough for these trades. It really isn't. So we're gonna fill in this under slab that I didn't do last time. That way, no more magma cubes will spawn, and then we're gonna build out with wood because fire ticks off, so I don't care. It's the nether. I don't care how it looks. We're just gonna put a couple more spawning platforms in. Try and up the rates on this. So we've got one there, and one in the back. That should increase the rates. I've got that fence to stop the baby piglins, but it doesn't work if you walk through the fence and leave it open. So let's keep trading. Anything good. I don't need more soul sand. I don't need more gravel. I just want iron nuggets. That's all I want. I just want iron nuggets. More gold. More zombie piglins killing me when I try and get the gold. Oh, look! I got iron! I got iron nuggets. Thank goodness, finally. Oh, 32 iron nuggets. That's almost nothing. How many nuggets is that? That's 3 nuggets. I've just recouped what I spent on my iron pickaxe. Great. And I don't know why the zombies keep spawning back here, but the zombie piglins don't, and the piglins don't. So I don't know why they're not. Got a few more iron nuggets? No, just some quartz. Some gravel. Anything, boys? Nothing. So at this point, I decided this isn't working. We've upgraded our cobblegen, and we've put the hopper in there in an attempt to make that not drop so many blocks, because we need all these blocks to go exploring. There's gotta be more iron. I don't want to deal with the trial chambers, so let's go check the shipwrecks. Those can sometimes have iron or iron nuggets in it, like we saw in our first episode. So let's take these blocks and go build out to them. If I have to, I'll go to the trial chamber, but I really don't want to. I really don't want to. Now, because of the magic of editing, you don't have to bridge over the void for ever and ever and ever, like I did. We're already at the first ship. So let's check it out, see what we get. And nothing good. Nothing. And I mean, feathers, I don't have chickens, but I get some feathers from the mob farm. Let's light it up so we don't have mobs appearing in between here and home base. And let's head out to that next ship. Now this one had some mobs spawning up there, so we're gonna have to be careful when we go in. You can see the bone there from something that must have despawned or died to the sun overnight. Anything else? Ooh. Yeah, so this is the room it would be in. The zombie seems to be hoarding all the good stuff to himself, I guess. This is the chest. Oh, that's the magical chest. I knew this was the treasure room, but wow, that is a good haul. What is that, 16 iron and a couple more nuggets? That's fantastic. Anything in this chest? Well, there's a moss block. That's nice. An extra protection isn't bad. I think our other cap broke at some point, but we got our moss block. So that means we can make more moss, and we got some trims, so that's good. Overall, this was a fantastic idea. I should have done this instead of trying to barter with the pigs for iron. We still needed to do all that to get the quartz, but so much easier to get the iron. I think we can get into create now. I think we can start making create things, because we need a block of iron to make a press. Then we also need a shaft and an andesite casing. So we can do the andesite casing with some andesite. Might as well get a couple of those because we will need more. And we can make the mechanical press. Then we're going to need a fan, so we're going to have to hook up this press and smush down 4 iron. Is it going to work if I just throw it on there? No, it will not. So let's put it on there. This is super slow. Oh, I can't wait till we speed things up. Although you get it sped up in editing. So here's our fan. Let's go make that. That and a shaft, and we now have a fan. So we can make a couple more water wheels. Let's make 2 more large water wheels. Hook them onto here. This was decorative, and now it is actually functioning. So clean that up, and there you go. That's like 1,000 stress units. It's 1,500. It's not a lot, but if we get some cogs and some large cogs and some casing to cover it all up, we can gear ratio large, small, and then you cover the large with an andesite casing. You hook that one up to a large and then a small. We can actually go off in this direction in an attempt to move it out a little bit better. So that's ratioed up a bit. Let's make some diorite, make some andesite, and make some more andesite alloy. Then we need some more shafts, some more wood for more cogs, and gearboxes. Oh, gearboxes. So we put that there, put a cog there, and then go get our millstone that we've got hooked up. There we go. Now we can take this, put that in the millstone, and our cobble becomes gravel. Slowly, but it's getting there. So now we need to figure out how to wash the gravel to get more iron. So that looks like it's blowing the correct direction. We got our Windmaker achievement. So if we put water in front of it like that, we have a washing setup. So let's take some of this gravel, refill it. So we're always grinding up gravel, and let's wash some of this. Now the rate of return on this is not great. So yeah, we got like 3 iron nuggets out of 26 gravel, so this could take a while. we're gonna need more iron. Let's figure out how we can make this work better. I know we're gonna need more andesite casing. This is gonna be a balancing act. So if we replace that sign there with a drill. We don't have a wrench, so gotta break it and turn it around. And if we power that drill, then we can at least automate our cobblestone production. So let's bring some shafts over this way, make some more andesite, make some more gravel, realize we need to wash more gravel to make some more iron. Grab that. That's like, what, 4 pieces of iron, but it's fine. 4 iron nuggets, but that'll give us the shafts we need. I think we're going to need some more gearboxes to make this work. So some more gears, some more gearboxes, make a vertical one. And then I think we're going to need 1 or 2. We're going to need 2 more. We also really need a wrench, but that'll be a later. And then 1 more, because I can't count. So we have to set it up again. Wash some more. To get some more andesite, to get some more casings, to make more gearboxes. It's just a grind. This early game is such a grind to get through, but once we get this all hooked up, we're not going to have to worry about iron anymore. So now we have cobblestone being produced even when we're not standing at the cobble gen. That is huge in Skyblock. That right there is a victory. But I want this to go faster because it's slow. It's so slow. So let's make another andesite casing so that we can gear ratio this up. That's going a lot faster. And then let's go ahead, I think, and move the millstone. I want to get this in a way that we can have all of this processed out. So we need kelp. How do we get kelp? Oh, there's a seagrass recipe. I guess that's a Skyblock Infinite recipe. Yeah, so we can get seagrass by bone mealing underwater, just like our infinite water source trick. So there, and then shear it. And we got the achievement, Fancy Grass. Nice. So if we take 4 of those, that makes 1 kelp. Awesome. Then let's use all our bone meal and just grow out. Kelp me. Kelp me, kelp me. We're gonna... Oh, actually, it will still... For those of you who didn't know, it will still wash. As long as the air is blowing through the water, whether it's going outward or coming back towards the fan, it will still wash. That's a trick I didn't know, but we went ahead, took some of the gravel, made it into sand, and then smelted that so we can have this nice little area to grow our kelp. That way it can at least get a block higher and we can actually have something to harvest. So I think we're gonna grab the sea pickle and put that here in the center. Get some bone meal. Let's see if we can bone meal that sea pickle, because that's a way to get lime dye. If you millstone a sea pickle, you'll get lime dye. So that's a great way to get the lime dye we need for glue later on. Put a gearbox here just so it continues to blow in the direction we've got it set up for. Although I think I'm going to tear that whole thing down. But now that should be going a lot quicker. And we can keep washing. This is so slow and monotonous. We ran out of bones, so let's go down here and get some from here. But then, I don't know if you saw him in the corner there. I definitely did. But there is a zombie villager right there in the corner. Let's see if we can grab him. That is not a zombie villager. That is just a zombie. Let's try again. Look at that. Didn't even have to go through all the trouble. This is why I like the carry-on mod. Just quality of life. Is there anyone else in there? No, but we got some bones. And this is when I learned you can't actually bone meal a sea pickle unless it is on living coral. So, that's disappointing. But let's make this little center fountain even nicer. Let's clean it up a little. I think it looks pretty good. I just need it to not be just a square in the ground. But let's figure this out. So we have our cobble being graveled. Gravel is being washed. But it's all manual. I'm having to go put the cobble in there, take the gravel out, put it in front of the wash, pick up the wash. It is just work. And how am I going to get this all automated? Well, we have kelp now, so we can at least make belts to transport items. So that's something. So we can smoke this kelp. Make some belts and make a funnel. Okay, so we're gonna make a funnel. And that's gonna overstress. So now I have to disconnect all of that from here and put the press there. Okay, that'll work. And then I ran into this weird bug where it pressed, but it wasn't. You'll see it later, but there's a couple weird press issues there. But I needed to make a saw to get more wood because I was not gonna chop these down by hand. I just was not. It's the best part of Create is that there is a built-in tree feller solution. You don't need the tree felling mod, you just need Create and a saw. Now it does send all the items flying everywhere, but that's fixed later when you actually make a contraption. So, we take that back, we rehook everything up, we make a belt, and we can go ahead and remove this and put the belt here. We don't have a wrench. Can I get that back? I got it. Alright, let's make a wrench, because this is going to get ridiculous, and it's just required at this point. So, let's go put the press back together, grab the gold that we do have, make an extra cog, break that so we don't overstress everything, put the press back down. And here's that weird bug again where it pressed the first one, but it's not pressing the other ones. But if I do it one at a time, it works. But it just wasn't registering the other ones, but it was still continuing to press. It was weird. But anyway, we have a wrench. Finally, we've got a wrench. I feel like we're actually playing Create now. This is so big. This is just... I'm so happy we've got a wrench. It's like 30 days in, so... It took us 30 days to get the wrench, but we got there. Let's take that apart. Much easier. Let's put that back together. And let's move this out of the way. Take the bucket, put that there, and let's go lower. Yeah, let's build a little lower. Alright, so put that there, put our wrench, flip it. Oh, that's so nice. And then belt. And we have hit the kelp drive. Alright, so now we take this out of there, put that, build up under it, and put that right. That's gonna be... This is a problem with working with half slabs. Alright, so that should feed into that. Let's break this down and carry that power over. How do we want to run this? Well, we can just run it this way, put that back, because we will need that for the cobble to continue to work. Remove the water source. So cobble's coming in there. We put a funnel there and give this belt power. It will fill the millstone. So we need more shafts. And we need a vertical or just a regular gearbox. Yep, like that. And that is going in. Perfect. Then we need to power that millstone. So, how are we going to do that? Let's see here. If we open this up, move that out of the way, and connect up to that down there, so that we can pull that forward. Get rid of these. Set up the wash again, because we realize we need more iron. We need more logs, because this early game create is so resource intensive just to get a basic iron farm. And then we need some encased chain drives, which are expensive, but they're gonna be so useful. We need more andesite casing. Still don't have enough iron. Let's see what we can do to make this work with just what we've got. If we break this, turn that off, chain drive that there, flip that up and put a cog there. Now that's working. Then we can take a gearbox, yep, vertical gearbox and a cog there, turn that so that's pulling. All right, so then we put a water source over here, trapdoors around there, and I only have one trapdoor. Putting this so that it's gonna be, this is gonna be annoying. Let's put slabs. There we go. So then we fill that with water. It should, and then if we make another funnel, we put that on here, it is spitting out the gravel. Oh, I see. The problem is it will not spit out another one until that gravel disappears. So we need to move this one back. We just put a shaft there and then do the same thing, 2 chain drives. Pick that up, move that back that way, flip it around. Turn that chain drive up, put a cog up here, an extra one there. And then we could just put another cog here and the vertical gearbox. And that's still sucking. And then if we put the, yep, and we officially have an iron farm. The only problem is it's not automatic. It's only dropping one at a time. And I have no way to filter this. How am I going to filter this? Can do this. If I fill up all my inventory slots, then turn it on and just stand here, I am the filter. So I think that's where we're going to call it for the day. We have an iron farm. We have officially gotten into Create. I'm just going to be the filter. But this was a win. So if you've made it this far, don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. Any support helps. Brand new channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.